F the News, the social current affairs podcast. And we are looking into all things female and empowering women everywhere. I'm one of your hosts, Liyanne Marie.
And I'm Sancha Currie. And today we're going to be speaking to an amazing duo. And we could not wait to welcome them down to the sofa or the chairs or the stage. But first, before we do, we're going to actually go into the headlines. So, DJ QG, can you kick us off? Drop that beat.
So, new AI blood test to speed up bowel cancer diagnosis honours Deborah James, the legacy bowel babe.
Lola Young leads nominations for Top Songwriting Award for the prestigious Ivor Novello Awards.
And Kemi Badenoch claims that PM doesn't have the balls to express his own views.
And World IP Day is tomorrow. The theme for Intellectual World Property Day 2025 is IP and music. Feel the beat of IP.
An influencer, Adiola Patron, shares the heartbreaking discovery that her skincare brand, Couldn't Beach Skin, has been trademarked by somebody else.
EU Gender Balance Directive enters into force. The European Commission's Gender Balance on Corporate Boards Directive came into application.
And the former Lioness and Chelsea striker, Inu Aluku, speaks out after Joey Barton defamation case win.
And 999 call handler who called grape victim a slut wins back job after appeal. Issy Vine Pictured is suing the Metropolitan Police after a call handler she reported for making several offensive remarks was reinstated.
And lastly, 6 women boarded Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket, marking the first all-female flight since 1963. Woo! There's lots going on. Female.
There's a lot going on in the world. So many.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, QG. Wow, Lee.
I mean, what sticks out for you, Sanch, on those? There's some good headlines there, right?
Well, we all know that I'm passionate about music. So Lola Young, I'm loving that she's leading the way in the nominations for the Ivor Awards. But I feel like Kemi Badenoch, what she's saying about the PM and he doesn't have the balls to express his own views, that's in relation to the transgender bill that we discussed last week on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I hate to be somebody who sits on the fence about things, but I mean, I feel like when it comes to that arena and children and that single sex or separate sex toilets, and there's issues and then there's different layers, I think. And I feel like with her calling him out, I feel like he's backtracked on something that he said.
Yeah.
And I do feel it for the transgender community because it's like, in one hand they were given some rights and then in the other hand it was taken away. But I just feel like there should have always been an intermediary. It shouldn't have been like myself and my own experience having to go into hospital or, do you want to be in a ward where, and that's what the question was. Do you want to be on a mixed ward, let's just say, because with the transgender, although they do say that they are women, which they are, because that's what they claim to be, but on paper, but are they going to be, are you, it's very political, I think, and it's very sensitive. Because God made you the way that you are. I think God made us perfect, but in the same breath, I don't point fingers. I think that you have to be who you are and you have to be happy with who you are and lead by your heart. So I feel like the new directive is or what the court has ruled is powerful, but it's just destructive.
Of course it is. I feel it for a lot of this transgender community as well, and this is where we all need to really come together and support as well. I find it quite interesting as well, and it'd be good to speak with our guests a little bit about this, that there's World Intellectual Property Day tomorrow. This intellectual property is kind of
absolutely
it's an important topic sometimes, but we may be able to ask them, or something about that.
I think that we stick on that. I love the fact that they are aware now that the creative industries is one of the leading industries. And I feel like creative artists, anyone that's in the creative industries, but specifically artists as well, need to be much more aware about their intellectual property and how to own it and how to make sure you have the the access to your masters or all of the work that you put in, because people are creating, but they don't necessarily have the back end of what they're doing patterned up and protected. And I think that intellectual property, it's not, you know, like a buzzword. It really is like how you can monetize. Like that's what the platform's about. We're trying to teach women how to monetize their artistry on their own terms. Well, IP is a great start.
Absolutely.
And so I feel it's good that the World Intellectual Property Office is doing this, because I think they're aware that there's a lot of creators that are being taken for granted.
I think they really are, especially in creative industry. Absolutely. So,
that story then leads on to what you mentioned about the Kumbi skin. And
poor Adiola Patron. Imagine that.
She announced it to social media. So my thing is that don't count your eggs before they hatch. Don't get me wrong, it's absolutely a piss take what's happened. But she's counted her eggs, announced to the world about this product, but she hasn't protected it. So there is going to be an opportunist somewhere who look and say, you know what, I don't think it's right, but I'm just saying there's an opportunity. I think there was somebody who patented or bought the name Coca-Cola. And so Coca-Cola had to buy them. I mean, I wish I was that person.
Yeah. But look, even our guest last week, Faye, was telling us about that influencer, you know, and somebody had literally just copied and pasted everything from their content. So I think the intellectual properties are really, good.
There's a lot of copy and paste out there. And I just think there isn't anything new under the sun. It's not what you do, it's how it's done. Shout out to Nas.
Yeah.
But I do think that people are less creative now. I think that there is a lot of copycats on the internet, and I don't think that people are owning their voice and having that individuality. So that's where IP comes in even more. Yeah.
And how to just educate all ourselves in it.
That's right.
We don't know everything.
You don't know. We don't know everything. But you know, IP is not just sort of, it's like you've got trademarks and you've got copyright, then you've got
absolutely.
Then there's musicians. You want to make sure that when you're going into the studio that you own your masters and somebody else doesn't own it. So there's a lot.
Yeah, it opens up a whole can of worms.
It does indeed.
Yeah. Wow. Well, so should we? I'm thinking, should we just kick it off? I guess, or is there more you want to talk about? Do you want more to talk about?
I don't know. I think the news is the news. I think the news is always going to be newsing. I
think it's lovely that we get to share as well with you guys some of the news headlines, because in today's society when you sometimes don't have the time,
that's true,
to catch up on things.
I don't know what our target, like the people that are tuning in, we don't know who we're reaching, but I would say that me growing up, I was not interested in the news, and now I live by it. Like I not because I'm indoctrinated by it, but I like to know what's going on in the world. And I just feel like if they can kind of listen to us and relate with some of the things that we're highlighting, because we don't know it all, we're not going to pretend to know it all.
No, and we're also fed some things as well.
Absolutely. Always, but to have our own opinion on it, like I said, you struggle to find the words, because you're like, do you agree with it? Do you not? Do you sit on the fence? Like, it's probably not very easy being a politician.
It's opinions, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's down to opinions. So amazing.
That's amazing. Let's move on.
Let's move on. Well, we are so excited to have some incredible guests today. And today's guests, I'm going to just read this out. They are bringing the fire, they are bringing the feels, and they are bringing the fearless vibes. They're sisters by blood, soul, and spirit. They are performers, presenters, content creators, and now true powerhouses, even in the world of dance, inspiration, and healing. But their journey is one that will stay with you. In 2019, Erina and Kyraa, the Lewis sisters, faced a heartbreak that no one ever prepared for: the loss of their brother. That moment changed everything, and instead of letting grief stop them, they used it as a fuel to chase their dreams, to live without fear, and to step into every room like they belong, because they do. From their bold leap onto the X Factor stage to being gunged on Saturday Mashup, shining on Style It Up on BBC, and now launching their own dance show, Level Up with the Lewis sisters, they are here to move, to uplift, and to lead by example. Today, we're not just talking careers, we're going to talk sisterhood, resilience, and turning pain into power, and stories that they've maybe never even told until right now. So turn up this volume, because this is one of those episodes that you want to feel in your chest. Get ready for the energy, the honesty, and a whole lot of inspiration. Please welcome the unstoppable, inspirational, absolute, radiant Lewis sisters! Thank you so much. Hi. Thanks for having us. Oh, how are you, ladies?
Good.
Thanks for having us. Oh, I was loving the pink ladies.
Thanks, we got the memo.
I didn't get the memo.
Yeah, you got a pink cushion.
I got a pink cushion.
You know what this reminds me of? Greece.
Oh,
Olivia and John. Yeah.
This is the one.
Yes, and we are the pink ladies.
Yeah, I guess that is the vibe.
Okay.
Oh, look at you.
These are glamorous. We're so delighted to have you, ladies.
Thank you.
We're excited to be here. I mean, you know, we want to just get to know you, get to know the Lewis sisters, let people get to know you, because I'm sure they know you like on different levels, surface level, content creators level. Yeah. But there's some real depth and some real, you know, things that you've been through.
Yeah.
So, you know, thank you for allowing us to kind of, you know, talk with you about these things.
Of course.
Thank you. But take us back if you can. We want to go back, first of all, before we get to the future. In 2019.
Yeah. Go on then.
What was going through your minds at that time? And what sparked, you know, this decision to kind of really go for all your dreams?
I feel like with me and Key, we've always been sisters. It didn't happen in 2019. And it was, we always knew we wanted to do something. We always knew we wanted to perform, but nothing really clicked in that moment. It was either we was always scared of being judged or like stepping outside the box. I felt like that was always the case. And then our brother passed, and it was just like it was a weird time, because obviously when anyone passes, you're never really ready for it, especially when they're young. Yeah.
And when it was so sudden. He was 28. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, it was sudden. It literally, he was fine the day before.
No.
Yeah, he was fine the day before, and it happened during the night. And then we got the phone call in the morning to say that he had gone. And we still don't have answers now.
Really?
Yeah. So it's one of those things, as you said, you're never prepared to lose anyone, but especially when they're so young and when it's so sudden, I think it just hits that little bit more.
Yeah. So I feel like that kind of like shook us a bit, and we were just like, you don't know what's coming tomorrow. You know, people say that, like, you don't know what
Generally don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
And people say that, and you're like, oh yeah, and you kind of just like coast through life. And you can kind of get into that sort of routine. And then when me and Kyraa had the conversation, we was like, what are we doing? Like, why are we just waiting? Like, what is there to wait for? We can either go, or we can either just be in this spot forever. And we made the decision to, you know, put our first foot forward into the deep end on our own. And that's when like the Lewis sisters, as I said, we've always been sisters, but like the brand, there you go, the duo was kind of born. And we just kind of realized that we were just having so much fun, and we were more alike than we actually realized.
But I feel like when we were younger, there is a 4-year gap between us. So when I was young, Erina was a little bit older, and I feel like you always have annoying younger sisters, so we never were that close. We always got on, but we were never that close. And I feel like when we got to that age where we were
18, we
were a bit more, we understood each other a little bit more. We had more in common. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's when we started to get a little bit closer. And then from there, it's just been a whole journey.
What a journey.
I was going to say, because grief can definitely turn things in, like we've discussed pre-show, but it definitely ignites
100%,
the start of something. So what was going on behind the scenes? Like, how does that bring you both together, the grief?
Yeah.
I feel like it was just the shock of it. The fact that, you know, he was so young and he had so much going for him.
He had so many plans. I think that's one thing we said. We always spoke about things but never actioned. And with our brother, he had so much going for himself. He just passed his driving test. He was just, he was just seeing a new woman, all these kind of things.
He was your catalyst.
Yes.
So sometimes, you know, we don't know what our purpose is here. But for me, I see that, just even listen to that snippet, that he was the catalyst that needed to create the spark that became the household brand we have here today. It's a blessing, and he's also behind your journey.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God. And what's the one thing about, you know, the healing journey that you've been on that kind of sticks out for you as well, would you say?
I feel like having each other. I feel like that is, I don't know what, it's like literally like 5 minutes and the eyelashes are going to come off.
He's getting emotional already.
As I said, these guests every week. You know,
and this is the real talk.
We are going to
and
get
this is the thing, isn't it? It's the realness of it.
It's raw, isn't it?
It's sensitive of it.
Stop.
You beautiful girl.
God.
But the support.
I'm so glad.
Amazing.
You know, it is having each other, and sometimes you take that for granted. because it's just the norm, you know, having family and having like a bond or a relationship. And sometimes you can take that for granted. But when you speak about it and you go back and you really reflect, to have my sister by my side is such a blessing.
Amen. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it is a God-given gift.
Some people go through loss and grief on
by
their
themselves.
Own. Yeah. And it's like there's one thing creating a sisterhood in the community, but there's another thing having a sister by blood.
Yeah, 100%.
We go through the same stuff.
That's right.
when we laugh about like mum like freaking out after school, like when she's get angry or like mum,
you guys can relate.
I know. No one understands that. Like when I was. We have a joke that when I was 16, I was going to college and Kyraa was still in like secondary school. I'd leave and then mum would like get really angry at the house.
Take it out on me.
And she's like, why have you left?
I'm like, why did you leave it? You could have waited until she came back and then stressed me out.
Yeah, but like things like that, those sort of like inside jokes or the way you was brought up or the morals you were brought up and then the intentions and all that sort of stuff. Like I pray that everyone has those sort of like parents around them, but with your family, we have the brother from my dad's side, and even like the way his childhood is very different to the way that we was brought up, even though we have the same parents and the same role models in our life. So I think what really brought us together and what I feel like really helped us do was to have each other. We deal with grief differently, is that when me and Kyraa together, we just find the light and the joy. Not to say we don't annoy each other sometimes, but we do have that.
Well, I was going to ask that, like, what is it really like working together as sisters? Like, be honest, like, is there a bossy or one?
Let's get a bit of that characteristics.
Okay. I'll speak first.
That will tell you, who's in charge, really.
Before we do, star signs first, and then I'm going to check you at the end.
Okay, star signs. I'm a Virgo.
I'm a Taurus.
Okay, get it.
It's a mix. And my mum is actually a Virgo, and my stepdad is a Taurus.
So it's like,
that's a nice house.
They can also butt heads at times. But so I would say with the Lewis sisters, I would say I'm very much organizing us. I feel like, but we're both good at completely different things. So then when we come together, it makes it stronger because Rena's got elements that I can't do, like the creation, the writing. Do you know what I mean? She'll type everything up. She'll get the proper creative brain on
ideas for like brands and stuff like
concepts and stuff like that. She does all of that kind of stuff. And then when it comes to the content, the planning, the outfits, the captions, the edits, the videos, the photos, the YouTube.
I want to start that page. You feel it? No, but I tell you, I don't want to speak on behalf of your sisters, but I can do it all. But she does it.
She just sits back.
No, not because she wants to, because she has a specific eye, and I appreciate Kyra's eye. Like I would do things in a certain way, but I feel like I trust Kyra's eye. So I'm not going to be like, well, I think this. I will give her ideas and content ideas, and we can speak about that. She's very fair to hear it open, but again, I trust Kyra's eye, and because we both have other things going on, when it comes to like creation or like editing, or I will do that in my sort of business. She'll do that with hers, but when it comes to us, as we said, I would call it like half of a coin. I'm never going to tread on her toes, and she won't tread on mine. But we will be able to help.
We'll
be able to help each other. 100%. And I feel like that's why we've grown. Like, let's say there's a day that I'm not really feeling creative, and I can only give 30. I know Kyra's got me on that 70. And let's say there's a day that Kyra needs me to do content. She knows that I've got her on the 70. Even though she might have to drag it out.
Maybe I have to drag it. But also as well, when we come to performing and stuff like that, when I was younger, I got my confidence knocked a lot. And Erina, getting upset? Erina helps me with that.
Really?
So,
I'm loving you too. You're both open.
We got you.
Thank you.
No, but this is what it's about, to be honest. Like, I think that emotions come up because we haven't quite dealt with like a lot. I wouldn't say trauma bonds or trauma grief or lots of things. Like if someone could talk about health or somebody crossing over and I start welling up, because those emotions are still raw, and you revisit them and then you empathize and then you sympathize and you're like, how would I deal with that? I wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? So it's beautiful and it's real.
Yeah, thank you.
And then to see the kind of ladies that you guys are, like when
you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't know.
I know, right there I see Stepford Wives. But what I mean by exactly, just like flawless. And this is what the gram's all about. It's like we put this persona out. Yeah. We all do it. Yeah. Like, you know, we had an intro call, and I was in my glasses, my headscarf.
Yeah, we all look a bit different.
Headscarf diaries. I said, no, don't worry, I won't do like this on Friday. Headscarf diaries. No, that's Zizi Mill. Shout out to Zizi. But yeah, I mean, we put this. I wouldn't even call it a facade, because we all want to feel our best, and we only do our best when we feel our best, and we look our best. And I think as women, it is important to own your feminine energy, and it is important to turn up for yourself, because that's what we've discussed with Nevo, isn't it? Like, she was like, I had cancer, I was going through my radiotherapy and treatment, and I turned up for myself, because when you do, there's a thing about dressing up for yourself. Like when you're going through shit, like sorry, pardon my language, when you go through stuff. I feel like that gives you that extra boost that you need. Yeah. And I feel like the gram is there to kind of show that side, but no one's really showing, I'm saying not everyone, I can't generalise, but no one's not showing the real side. And so I really appreciate the guests that we've had, and the guests that Liyanne's interviewed. Like, she's got a way of words, like she gets people crying. I'm sure it's her. I mean, we need to get her out of this, because no, it's true. Like, you just really connect with people, and everybody comes on there so open and honest. And I'm just loving it. I mean,
but it helps other people, and this is the power of coming together and talking, because so many of us at times we go through things, we show up, no one knows what's actually going on, you know, and as women, I said it to the makeup artist this morning, like, we make strong look like easy,
effortless,
we make strong look easy, and it's not easy, it's hard. But having each other, or having a sisterhood, and you know, it's blessed that you guys have that. I've actually got a little, before we carry on though, I've got a little something that I want to personally read to you.
Okay. Don't make me cry now.
Exactly, because
Kyraa, but it's spelled Kyraa. It's my mum's fault. I don't know what she thought.
How is it spelled?
Kyraa. So it's spelled like Kyraa. So if you call me
Kyraa and Erina.
Erina,
okay, but you got your little nicknames, but okay.
Rinky, but Kyraa and Erina.
That's like Rinky.
All right, so this is for you.
Okay.
To my beautiful daughters, words can't, even I'm getting emotional, words can't fully express how incredibly proud I am of both of you. Your journey hasn't always been easy, but you never gave up. Every time life knocked you down, you got back up, you dusted yourselves off, I've got goosebumps, and you came back even stronger. That strength, that resilience is nothing short of inspiring. You've both faced challenges with courage, grown through every experience, and you've continued to learn and shine. What makes me even prouder is how you've shared your light with others. You inspire so many young people in our community, showing them that with heart, hard work, and determination, anything is possible. Keep rising, keep growing, and never stop believing in yourselves. This world is a better place because of you both, and I'm endlessly proud to be your mum. With all my love and admiration, Mum.
I just...
Wow.
That
so emotional.
was just so beautiful. I had to read that to you guys, because you are an inspiration.
Absolutely.
We are going to touch up on some of the incredible stuff that you've been through and experienced, all the great stuff, but also the work that you do for young people, the community. Like, I want you to talk a bit about that, because
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's just so incredible what you do. You know, we speak about here a lot of the people that we're having on here, just the inspiration, the strength, the things they're going through, but genuinely, you guys don't stop.
Really grueling routine, isn't
it? But I mean, we can go back a little bit, right? The X Factor days.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that period and what's then.
Gosh. The day of the X Factor.
Can we give them 5 minutes and can we watch them on the X Factor?
Do you know what? Good show. Let's 5 minutes to recuperate. Let's dry the tears. I mean, I felt like we just have to show that whole clip then, because
I'd just say, as a music, I'm passionate about music. Nicole Scherzinger, is that her name?
Nicole Scherzinger, yeah.
I don't know how she has the audacity to sit up there and say you're strong. Admittedly, I think you guys are amazing rappers. Admittedly, I do think that your singing isn't as good as your rapping.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I find it really hypocritical when it comes from somebody whose singing isn't there. That's just my personal opinion. But no, outside of that, they got it absolutely right. And I'd love to know if we're going to have any more music from you Lewis sisters, because what we saw there was very impressive.
Thank you. So yeah, we have got music coming out.
We've just finally.
We've decided. Yay! That's the first time we kind of like said
That's an exclusive.
No one knows that yet.
No one knows.
No one knows that. That's definitely an exclusive. We've definitely got music coming out this year.
Yes.
There were points where people like hold off, and we got there's like a journey and a story behind that we got signed and all that stuff, but we're just ready. Again, it's just like what we're waiting for.
Yeah. We're not
going back, like looking at that clip. It probably brings a lot of raw emotion for you as well.
100%.
That was you know, how doing the X Factor, did that change a lot for you at that time?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I feel like after doing the X Factor, we just saw things in a different light. After we came off that stage, we was like, this is what we want to do. And like, even just watching that now, we literally said to each other, why did we stop? And this, honestly, the reason we stopped is not because of us, unfortunately, and you've got to go through things in life. It's because of everyone telling us to wait and being like, don't release it because it's going to get lost, or don't do this. It's lost in our WhatsApp file. No one can hear all of our music, so we're better off just getting it out there. And if it's appreciated, it's appreciated. If it's not, it's not. And that's what we love to do. When we are on stage together, when we're performing, that's when we feel our happiest. So that's exactly what we're going to do.
Amen to
and X Factor showed us that.
Good.
Definitely. I feel like when you keep things in the vault, I think you're doing not just yourself, but the world is disjustice. And I know people are very like prissy about their things and say, no, because this one will steal it. This one. No one will do it how you did it, because no one has the same experiences as you. And there are copycats. We are aware. And there are going to be the newest sisters. But, you know what I mean? Like,
there aren't any yet, though. We are still the only ones, so we better hurry up.
Launch this. Come on.
They're going to remix it. They'll find a way.
Of course,
the slewing sisters. Who knows? They'll remix it. But at the end of the day, they're not you. And they're not going to have the same appeal. And it's not to say they won't be successful, but I'm just saying everybody has their time, their designated time, and don't let anybody ever encourage you to bury your gifts, because you were given them to share with the world.
Thank you.
And from X Factor, you've gone and done some other, like, you know, TV shows, you're amazing presenters, you're content creating, son. I mean, you do it all. I don't know how you find the time.
We don't know either, to be honest.
As music, is there any parts of it that are like what you really love? So the music, obviously, you've spoken about now, but you do a lot with young people. Tell us a bit about your work that you do with all the young people in the community, because I think that's so important to hear.
So our mum created a performing arts school. It's 20th anniversary next year, actually. And that is all to do with just like giving back to young people. You know, it doesn't matter what area you come from, what you look like, your background. If you have a passion for anything, whereas before it was more dance, right at the moment and forever, always, just everything. Whether it's football, whether it's performing, whether it's writing, whatever it is, it's just kind of like giving back in the best way possible and from a place of like good intention and life and joy. That's our big thing. So we've got the Performing Arts School, which Kyraa runs. And then
what's this called? Tell us.
Platinum Performing Arts.
So Platinum Performing Arts.
What age group?
From ages 3 to 16, 17, but normally after 16 they then go to the college,
which is called Platinum Academy. And I'm the vice principal of that, and that's from like 16 and above, and they get their diplomas and their agents, and we kind of venture them into like the big wide world of performing and creating. So it's kind of we also have a preschool as well, so like all ages we kind of have of just like giving back and their passion and wanting them to like mold their future.
Alongside with that as well, we actually go into schools, so secondary schools in the area. We go into
the recruitment process, or just more the awareness.
That's more of like we just more do it like workshops. Nothing really to do if you love dance or anything, but just more so going in there, and like we've got like a booklet that we go through. We've got Power to Make a Change, Dream, Believe, Succeed. They're all like messages that we get across. Like if you dream, you believe it, you succeed it, and like they love to look up to us because they're always like, I see you wanted to see this, but we always try to tell them, you came into my school. We always try to tell them that like we started the same as you guys. We had a dream once and we wanted to do it. So if we can do it, you can do it. And that's one thing we love. We love to be relatable as much as we can be.
It's giving young people that hope. It's giving them the relatability. It's like making them see people like them.
Yeah, and a home like Platinum to know that they can come to when they're ready. We do like camps. Like we're funded to do camps in summer, Easter. So these are free camps where they get free breakfast, free lunch and stuff like that. And they come and spend the day with us. We do dancing, fun, sports and all that kind of stuff. So as much as we can give back, we do.
You're paying it forward. And I just see so much young girls, because I've got a small daughter, and they aspire to this creative life because of the way social media is. What would you say to the young, your younger self or the young females now? I know you said that you tell them, we can do it, we did it, but did the young you see where she was going to be?
I feel like the first thing is don't let anyone dim your light. When you're younger, there's always going to be people that are going to maybe pick on you or give you negative affirmations or make you feel less than. My young self, I would say you need to understand that they're going through their own trials and tribulation. So it's not necessarily you. So don't let that kind of like change who you are, because I think that really made me change and kind of
that's a strong one.
That would be the first one. Don't be scared to be a light. Don't be fearful of being judged because of your light. And then the second thing is your journey that you're on. Have fun. Don't try and get to that end goal. I feel like only last year this kind of clicked. I'm always like, I want that end goal of whatever the end goal was, and my intentions have really changed. But it's like the journey is the fun.
It's the fun.
The journey
really
is.
Don't rush that.
Don't rush it, because you get to the end goal, and then if you're just like having a really hard time, you get to the end goal. I promise you, the next thing is what's next. So enjoy the journey and have fun and get to the end goal and give yourself a pat on the back and celebrate your wins and then move forward.
Yeah, I feel like the end goal can actually be a little bit of a passion killer.
Oh my God.
You get there.
No. You're like, well,
you do. There is a theory, because I've done a bit of psychology, and it's called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And what it is that it's about self-actualization, and it's that we go through our basic needs, then we upgrade, and then we keep upgrading. Then we get to this top, the peak, which is self-actualization. But one can argue you are never fully self-actualized, because once you get to that pinnacle, you create another pinnacle. So you're forever setting goals. So as I said, people don't enjoy the journey because they're always like, I want the car, I want the house. And you get the house and it's empty, it's COVID, there's you one in there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like all the things that you're aspiring for and that you want. It's not to say that you can't have them, but I think it's nice to go. They say if you want to go fast, you go alone, and if you want to go whatever, go together. I would rather the long scenic route with my crew,
but together,
because you've got stories for days, and you're laughing, and you get to the end destination, you're all having a party. Like you go there fast, and you're on your own, you're sitting at the top of the hill, but it's just you
by
one.
yourself.
But I think what you've touched on already is so important as well for our young generation at the moment, because I feel like, and I saw you got emotional with this, especially in the creative world, in the dance world or acting world, or we can have a lot of people try to dim our light.
100%.
And you confidence and stuff like that. So I think what you're doing at Platinum and going into schools is really lovely to hear, because I think a lot of people are struggling. I think we're also in a world at the moment where we have everything accessible. I call this generation the microwave generation.
It's so
and
true.
the reason why I say that is because everything they want instantly. Me growing up in the creative world, I had to work really hard.
What you wanted,
and I feel like sometimes there's a generation that they want it now. They don't want to train for it. They just want it now. They want to book that job, but you haven't trained. So it's but then it's important that their mindsets are in the right place.
100%.
And that if you're giving them that inspiration and you're giving them the confidence, because there's a lot of damaged artists and a lot of damaged young people. So I think it's really, really incredible what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
So well done, and thank you for doing it for all our incredible young people. I've seen Platinum perform at Move It. They are absolutely amazing. I've even seen these incredible ladies in their pantomime. Do you have any?
Oh yeah, we have been such a pantos that we did.
I don't think you have. I don't even know we have all the time for these. They have so much. Like your pantomime that you just did at Christmas was gone.
That was a good one.
Tell us a little bit about that, because that was so good.
Oh, thank you.
Like, so good.
That was called Aladdin and the Legion of Genies. As well as everything else, I also write as well. So I wrote the panto. Been writing that for nearly 8 years now.
Yeah, I've been doing panto since I was actually 3.
Wow.
Yeah, because someone actually dropped out and my mum was like, on my way to school, she was like, listen, you got to start learning. So she just started teaching me these lines. I didn't know what I was doing. I was 3 years old. So my first line was face. But yeah, she's been the manager. My first line ever on panto was face. Bothered, does my face look bothered? Face, bothered. And I was 3 years old. And since then, I've been doing panto every year. And now I'm 22. Yeah, we haven't stopped. And mum used to write it, and now Erina writes it. So yeah, it's all through the family, and we absolutely love it. We get literally sold out 42 shows, sold out shows all the time.
What venues and what areas?
At Milford Theatre in Edmonton.
So make sure this year we're in it. Yes. It's a good one.
Yes, make sure you get down.
I want to come and see that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
That sounds a bit sci-fi.
Yeah, Erina always does a twist.
Yeah, I love the twist.
It's not a normal panto.
I want to hear a little bit more.
Yeah.
A bit more of the...
Of course, yeah. So I'm... The creativity has always been a thing that I've loved to do.
Yeah.
I love superheroes and Marvel and creations, and
same here.
So that's why. So the year before we did what was it? Sleeping Beauty and the Guardians of Dreamland. So
she loves it.
But yeah, Aladdin and the Legion of Genies. I wanted it to be like a legion, like superheroes, but take it away a little bit. So I actually based it on Inside Out the film.
Yes.
So it was like a family of genies. So we had like Genie
different
Sadness.
emotions. Yeah.
Kyraa was. Okay, out of Genie Disgust and Genie Joy, who do you think played what
I know
part?
because I've seen it, so I'm
who do you think?
Okay, so Joy and Disgust.
Yeah, that was the 2 parts that we
That's
played.
my daughter's favourite too as well, actually. So I would say Joy and Disgust.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
You played Disgust so well.
It was very easy for me to do.
Yeah. So Genie Joy, Genie Disgust. There was also Genie Fear and Genie Anger. Shout out our Genie family.
Yeah.
So it was absolutely, it was just amazing, and we actually created our own like intro song that was all original track.
Yeah.
Omar did the backing track. I wrote the lyrics for it, all original.
Shout out to Omar.
Yeah. Shout out to Omar.
Shout out to Omar.
We love Ohms. But again, like the people that we get to work with and creativity, like to have like a 2-act show of just full of fun and dancing and audience interaction and just like everything. We get to be creative in that, and people know us as the Lewis sisters, but they know us again as a family, as Rhea and Key on our own, which is so nice to do. And Kyraa does all the socials for it, as well as everything else she does. She does socials for the Milford and Platinum, and then obviously I direct and write it and choreograph it along with my team. And also Kyraa helped me choreograph it last year.
I did a few bits.
So just everything.
All of what you do, right? I'm gonna be like, how do you stay so creative? Like I'm listening to all the things that you do. And even I'm like, whoa. I'm like, how do you stay creative? How do you keep that motivation?
You know what? It's so fun for me. Before I used to think it was my gift, but I know God has given me this gift. It is a gift that He's given me to just endless amount of just creativity. Like,
because I don't get it. Sometimes I'm like, how are you going to make this better than last time? And sometimes she just does it.
Downloaded.
Yeah, I don't know how she does it.
He literally just puts it in you.
Honestly, like I have an idea, and from that idea, it's just like, oh, okay, like this is where we'll go, and this is how we'll do it, and this is how we'll make it differently. And I'm like, oh, we've never done this before. How have we never done this before? And like even the intro of like the Genie intro, like that song, we was going to do a dance. And Omar was like, let's do an original track. I was like, Kyra's not going to have it. Kyra's not going to want to sing. And then me and Omar explained to her. And then from there, for me, was one of the most creative things we've ever done at Panto.
And you just keep doing it. As you said, that was last year. But then the year before, we thought you did the best job. So it just keeps going. She keeps topping herself. She does. And it's great.
I just want to say that I'm so blessed to have my sister and to have my mum and to have the creative team around me to just be like, off you go. And I'm like, but they honestly, my mum and my sister are my biggest support system, my biggest cheerleaders. Like without them, I wouldn't be able to do it. If I had a mum that was to be like, oh yeah, like that's a bit wild.
I was going to ask that, like, how important is it to have that support? Because you know, there's probably a lot of creative
that don't
people
have
out there that don't have it.
Just do it. Just like if you have the support system, that's so amazing, and build on that support system. But then if you don't have it, just be creative. Creativity is subjective, you know, like it is art. Like ideas and writing it is subjective. So if you feel like you have the best that again with the Lewis sisters, when Kyraa has her eye, I'm not ever gonna stop that. If you think that's gonna work, even that from outfits today, she sends me a photo, I say I'll be ready, you know.
I'm doing it. So you trust her implicitly. So you don't have any fashion faux pas or arguments.
No, people are like, I love your outfit. I'm like, Kyraa, boy.
You gotta tell them, even her own outfits that she wears by herself, everyone's like, I love it.
Always got the eye. Yeah,
she does.
The younger ones do have the eye, I must say.
I think we can. Do you know what we can learn though from both of you? You really have, you know, your strengths and your weaknesses. And I think that when even people in business, right, this is what I think they can take from you guys is that you partner with someone, whether they're family, whether they're not, you have to understand your strengths. You have to understand your weaknesses and how you can vibe off of each other.
100%. It makes it easier. Yeah.
Like, it's better to have success together. Like, why would you try and do it like individual?
I hate when you see a lot of businesses, especially whether it's run by family or friends, whatever not, it's because everybody's trying to do everybody else's role.
Yeah,
you know, and they say the most powerful leader leads by getting out of the way of the people that can do.
Wow.
So the ones that can do, let them do it.
Get
out their way.
Yeah,
love that.
But I want to know, because you guys, ladies, are really busy, really creative, but everybody needs a bit of energizing. Like, what do you do for your downtime, and how do you get yourself like just to tune off and shut down for a minute?
Yeah,
does it happen?
I think we have the same. We have different as well. Do you want to start with you?
Yeah, I just think for me, family time for me is really important. So like when I can, I will go and see my nan, I'll go and see my cousins, I'll take her out for lunch. You know what I mean? Those things, they really mean a lot to me, where I can just take a step back from everything. Do you know what I mean? So for me, that's really important. So yeah, just taking time for myself and for my family, because I feel like everyone can get so busy in life and work that you forget about those kind of things, and those things are really important to me. So yeah, just having that time where I can actually take a step back, which I've learned to do, because Mum and Erina are not so good at that. But I look at that and I'm like, I want to make sure that I can have that time, that I don't get myself so fixated in work that I can't enjoy this thing called life. Do you know what I mean? So I just really make sure that I give myself some time for stuff like
family,
that.
Basically. Family re-energizes you.
100%.
And would you say it's the same for you, or is there other things as well?
Other things. I feel like I commend Kyraa on the family side of things. Like when I see her going out with my nan, I'm like, oh, okay. I should have done that. Exactly. So I feel like I commend her on that. I feel like what really, really helps me, because I feel like my brain is always on the go. Like all these ideas, all these like experiences, I feel like having alone time, because I'm always with my sister and my mum. I'm always with them. We work together, we'll go home, we can have dinner, we'll FaceTime. There was a spider incident the other day and I'm screaming on the phone. I'm not picking up because I'm on the phone to my mum, like, but I'm more important right now. So like we're always together, but I feel like alone time to be able to like write things out and just like having fun.
You like that.
I need to get it out, because if not, I feel like I'm always giving energy. As soon as I walk into the house, I'm like dancing. I'm like, let's go. Like, or we're sitting down and we're like laughing and joking. I always have the energy. So just have like, and I used to feel bad about doing that, but to just take myself away, whether it's for the evening or whether it's the Sunday evening, I'd like do all my planning. Just say, like, okay, Erina, I'm being really honest with myself. This week was hard. This week was great. This day could have been better. And just being like, giving myself grace in that moment, and then getting ready for the week. I think for me, that's super important to just have that time.
So do you do that through journaling? Journaling? Do you do that through journaling or documenting, or just literally sitting with self?
I journal a lot. I've got loads of books for everything. I've got calendars on my phone.
Autobiography's coming.
Journal upon journal, just to get it out.
Book, right? Because I have
Erina wrote a book.
We'll have to get to that.
I got one of the books. And beautiful. It was a beautiful gift that I gave to a family member, actually.
She's got another book coming out
soon.
I
was going to say another exclusive.
Another exclusive no one else knows yet.
Exclusives on here. Yeah. Honestly, you lot of our house is unstoppable.
Yeah.
Literally unstoppable.
I've got a second book coming out and it's about Kyraa.
Tell us what the first book was about.
Okay, yeah. So the first book was called My Crown. It kind of got birthed in lockdown. I was going like for a really hard time, relationships, ex-relationships, friendships. Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, and then it was just like, what do I want to get at this time? And a big thing for me is my hair. I used to get really bullied about my hair and the way I looked, and like my kind of like my being included in things. So I was like, okay, I wanna write about my hair and how the journey was hard, but how my mum really installed in me that, you know, you're so individual and it's so amazing to be you. There is no one else like you. You can have a sister, you can be similar, but there is no one else like you. And it's about the journey of like how people picture me with my hair and how my hair would grow in the rain. And, just
And I also remember as well you saying though that a big reason she wanted to write this book is for younger people like us that don't have people to tell them it's okay. Do you know what I mean? Like luckily Rena had mum, but again it's so hard to be relatable when mum had straight hair. Blonde hair. But at least she had that. But Rena wanted to do this book so every other little kid with curly big hair that's maybe short or grows in the rain can relate to it. And it was really
even
good.
Even if it's not just girls with curly hair, there's like a section with like loads of different
things about being different
and hair. And even our little brother is like, I've got hair like that, and like he's a boy, and it's not just for that, it's just for everyone to know. There's like a little bit at the end where it's just explaining how it's so beautiful to be unique and so beautiful to be yourself and find the strength and power in that.
That's so beautiful. That is so beautiful.
And so I want to talk about something new that you've just launched as well. You know, tell us about this new, amongst all the things that you do.
I don't know if there could be more.
Is it 24 hours and you're not staying?
They've got some teleportation skills,
you know,
I think.
when we explain it, I don't know how we do it.
Neither do I.
I think you're even impressing yourself right
now. But you've got a new, tell us what this is.
We've got a brand new show called Level Up with the Lewis Sisters, which is a new dance show which we say for friends, family, it's for all ages, mams, dads, cats, dogs, all of them, all of you to just join in. I feel like as well there's not really anything nowadays for the older generation as well, like mums to be dancing with kids and the kids not feel embarrassed, just do it at home. It's just fun. It's just us teaching dances with the coolest dance moves to the newest songs out at the moment, which comes out once a month, and hopefully it goes.
It's so much fun. It's just us two and some of our students from Platinum as well.
So all just coming together,
having fun. And
where can they find this?
You can find this on YouTube at the Lewis Sisters with 2 S's. So it's all on YouTube at the moment.
So is it, you say it's quite like for every age group. So is it very easy, or do you have different levels of hard, because you're leveling up every week, so does it get harder and harder?
So we're kind of doing it at a beginner level where everyone can do. But then obviously with music, if you wanted to change your music, speed it up. Once you've learnt these moves, you can do anything with them. You can do them at a party, you can do them to a different song.
Questions, I need to
you can,
active.
all of you can. All of you can. I love that.
Dance is just so fun.
It is.
We love to dance. We do.
A lot of people just have their music on and dance and learn some dance moves at the same time. Well done.
Thank you.
I want to do a quick little fire round.
Oh, lovely.
We love fire rounds.
Who takes longer to get ready?
Rena.
And who cracks first, maybe in a rehearsal?
Always.
Last thing that you watched that made you cry? I mean, you've cried on
The X Factor. Today,
and a dream collab with anyone?
Ooh. I would say probably like a curly hair brand. That would be a dream collab. Like a hair brand. We've done fashion. We did one with Asda, which was amazing, but I'd say hair would be next. I'm not sure about you.
I feel like a hair brand. I feel like if it was like, obviously we want to go more into TV, if we could like collab with TV on a show, ITV.
ITV.
I'd love to.
If it was like a bit like something like that, ITV, but like if it was to do a brand, curly hair brand, 100%.
And I'm going to ask you both this. So what's one pinch me moment you haven't shared publicly until now? Ooh.
One pinch me moment.
I love this. They're lost for words.
But they're actually
we haven't been lost for words this whole time.
They're trying to find it.
I'm trying to find that.
Everything's so natural now. There's no pinch me moments anymore.
I feel like it was last summer. And that busy week, we did the Asda. We did our a collaboration with Asda and the Lewis Sisters. Then we flew out to do some filming for CBBC. Then we flew out to record with Simon Cowell. Then we flew out to do something else, and then it was like holiday movie, and it was like. That was Pitch Me. It was like, we've just got.
That was the moment. That's a Pitch Me life.
I feel like because it was the routine of like, wow, like this is what it is gonna be like, and it's a lot going on, but like super blessed.
Yeah.
Wow. Would you say the same thing?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. When all of that was going on, and it was going on behind the scenes. Obviously, people would see it. It was coming out at different times, like all distributed through the year and stuff, but we did that all in like 4 days.
Yeah.
So it was definitely like Pinch Me.
Like flying to like, we flew
to like Derry on like a tiny plane and all of this kind of stuff for filming. And then from there we flew to Ireland to meet Simon Cowell. It was just a lot. It was a Pinch Me moment.
It was.
Look at these. These ladies are incredible. What's one message that you can give every listener today to walk away with?
You want to go first?
You go first.
Okay.
I love how they ask the permission. Do you want to go first? I love that.
So considerate.
One thing.
Yeah.
To always remember that you are a light and don't let anyone dim it. You are special and unique in your own way. And whatever gifts you were given, it's all different. So just remember that.
Nice. Mine would be probably be yourself and leave fear behind.
Yeah.
Powerful. I love that.
Need some more affirmation cards from you both.
Yeah. That's another. You could do
that's a brand. Yeah,
cards.
definitely.
Don't give Erina any more ideas, please. Too many.
She's ready. She's ready. So, and what else is next for you guys? Obviously, you've got the level up with Lewis.
Yeah.
Anything that you've dropped some exclusive things for us today, but anything else?
Yes. I definitely think it is the music.
Yeah,
music is coming out sooner than you think.
Yeah.
As we said, we've had music. We've found our sound and we've just been waiting.
What for? I don't know. Via a label.
Independent.
All the way, girls.
That'd be great. Well, we would love, obviously, to have you back as well.
Yeah.
We'd love to support.
The
release.
So
100%. We'd love to do that.
The favourite F words? Do we have any?
Favorite F words?
One each.
Trying to think of one that probably someone hasn't said.
Fearless.
You just took mine.
I know, I got that from you. I'm sorry. I did copy you. Has anyone said that before?
Fearless.
You know what? I don't think they have. I don't think we've had a fearless.
Faith.
Has
anyone said that?
We've had a few.
We have had faith.
We've had a few faith.
Fearless and faith.
Fearless. I have faith.
Yeah.
I think Rihanna's is probably fearless. You know, like she loves the word fearless and fierce.
Yeah, fierce. I love that one.
And I mean, it's not off topic, but I just want to get into you're both beautiful ladies, and I feel like it's very easy to just concentrate on your roles of creativity. When do you find like time for courting or partners, or if that I know it's a bit intrusive, but that is advice as well, because when you are on the go and you're hustling, do you make time and space for that? Or do you think, you know what, actually I've got a destination to arrive at? I know we spoke about destinations, but do you necessarily, some people chase the bag first and then think about the family ties or relationship ties after. Like, how do you juggle it and do you entertain it?
Yeah, I feel like I always say to Erina, if it's right, it will be.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean? Like right timing. I feel like if someone's going to come on this journey with you, then it will be easy and they will be a part of the journey. If it's hard and if it's effort and if you're looking for it, then it's not meant to be.
I agree.
And I feel like that's literally where we are at the moment. We're in different situations, but we both have got that same intention that if it's meant to be, it will be. If it fits with this life that we are living, then it does. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not meant to be.
I feel like I was going to say, I feel like society, especially because I'm older than Key, I feel like society sometimes as a woman, and again from when I was younger, it was like get married, have kids, have your sort of your life, but have that. And for me, I've always wanted to be a mum, and I've always wanted to have a husband. Like that's always been, like we were speaking about what's like the end goal, and my end goal is like amongst everything else, sitting around a table with my sister, her husband and her kids, my husband and my kids, and going, we did this. We did it. But you would never know that because we're so like go. But as Kyraa sort of said, like I will make time if I'm not dating. So, but when someone does come along, I'm like so open to that, because the same way that I have time for myself and I have time for my career and I have time for my family, I will make time for my partner.
So what does he have to bring for him to even get that time for you to notice him, because you're busy? You're booked and busy.
For me, really, at the moment, is just good intentions and a good vibe and laughter.
Does it have to be prayerful?
Yes.
Yeah.
A man of God.
You have to be very restrictive about what you want.
Yeah, no, man of God for sure. A man of God. And someone that is just on this life to have adventure and to just live life, not just survive life.
Yeah, because that's not what you want. You want someone to be able to match Rena's energy.
Yeah, which is.
I love what you said about Rena's energy. How about your energy?
My energy's matched, guys. I'm good. She's my
She's
I am.
You're right in what you're saying as well. Like, it's not even a fitting in. It's like just go with this journey of life with me.
But more importantly, I think that when you've got bold characters and strong women and achievers, it's also quite intimidating for some men. So that's the part.
We know this.
That's the part that that's what I'm really trying to ask, because it's like, you don't shrink yourself, make yourself small for people.
I think what I've learned, and especially with some of my male friends I have, and I love all my friends, female and male, it's the being able to be in your feminine energy. So finding someone that allows you to be in your feminine. And I don't think I'm masculine. We have jokes
but
at
your
work
sometimes demands that.
I feel like I'm an alpha
exactly
female
that.
in the space. But to be able to be with a male, and again, I work alongside like the Omars and the Kenricks, shout out to you, love you all. They really allow me to be in my feminine energy, because I know they have the other stuff handled. So because I've seen that in the workplace, I'm like, this is what it's meant to be. And
because you feel safe.
And you're not going to working against. There's nothing worse when you're in the workplace where it's friction, because like everyone's going against, because they're like, well, what's she pushing it? And I'm like, no, I'm just passionate
about what you want.
Like the whole like independent woman, like I must do it for my. No. There's things I can do for myself, but there is things that I'm openly willing to give to a man and for you to handle.
That's right.
Absolutely.
It's not really being submissive, is it? It's just knowing that I want to have that soft feminine. There's nothing worse than going out and fighting wars, and then you've got to come in and fight wars. Go out, do what you have to do, come home and just be soft life.
Yes, soft life.
I love that.
Oh my God! Well, there is just so much.
They've been amazing, haven't they?
They are amazing.
Thank you so much.
We wish you every success as well.
Thank you.
Everything you're doing. Keep in touch with us,
please.
Keep part of the community.
100%.
Keep part of the sisterhood with us. And keep shining your light.
Thank you so much, guys.
Shining so bright. We are here to support that and elevate that as best we can.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you want to share with us, or?
I think that's it. I think we've literally covered everything.
We've
gone up and down. No, I really think that's everything.
Yeah. Huge love to your family as well.
Do you want to give any shout outs?
Shout out to our mum, dad, stepdad, stepmom,
Jacob,
little brother Jacob. All of you. You really help us on this journey.
So we love you.
Give it up for the Lewis sisters, guys.
Thank you.
Absolutely incredible.
So before we let them go, I suppose we're going to open up the floor, see if you've got any questions from the online or the audience.
Yeah. Let's find out.
Anyone in the audience got any quick questions?
She's nervous. Nervous to ask. Who was your favourite judge?
I'd probably have to say Simon.
He
still makes so much time for us to this day. So
he's such a great guy, and the experience we had of him, and the way he kind of builds us up and like encourages every time we see him. He like stops what he does and just comes and gives us a hug and just chats to us.
Speaks to us.
You're like, Sam, you've got to go. They're like,
so real down to
really
I'm actually down at Britain's Got Talent tomorrow because I obviously worked at Britain's Got Talent for the casting, so I'm going to see the amazing judges.
Exciting.
Amazing.
Yeah, tomorrow. So good old
I do
Simon.
love old Simon. I call him Mr. High Waist Pants. But he's just got that lovable kind of energy, hasn't he? And he looks like he really looks after the females.
He does.
He gives them a lot of time and opportunities.
100%.
Yeah, great.
Probably say Simon.
No, thank you for the questions. So
thank you so much. Well, we are going to take not even a break, but we're going to hand over to
DJ QG,
who is in the house. She's got some fab stuff for us. So thank you so much, and we will be back.
Wow, do you know what? We are so grateful to our sponsors and people who send their products in to be reviewed.
Yeah.
That stuff, guys,
we should have had this at the beginning.
In a good way, it's really like you can feel it working. So
wake, shake, boom. Yeah.
And look at that slogan.
Wake,
so shout out to Moju.
So yeah.
Wake, shake, boom. Ginger shots.
Moju ginger shots.
Revitalize your life. Ooh. But shout out to all of our sponsors for our podcast After News. We've got Business Women's Network, and we've also had, who else have we had?
A wonderful makeup artist today.
Oh my goodness. So shout out to Erina M. She is amazing. Thank you for giving us the glam and look.
Thank you for glam today.
Yes.
Incredible makeup artist. So
absolutely.
Thank you. Our wonderful cushions, as always, we have to thank.
And we have to thank the wonderful Joy for our wonderful cushions. And again, just thank you all for tuning in. Now, we did have a second guest, but unfortunately she's called, her management have called in and she's unwell, so she will not be able to attend and it has cancelled. But we are sending her love and light and hope that she gets better soon. Yeah. And we hope that, by next month we may be able to get her back on. But, we just hope that she feels much better.
Wishing you well.
Wishing you well, love.
We want to thank you so much as well for joining us today. It's been an incredible show with the incredible Lewis sisters. So thank you. We want to also thank you for your support. Please continue to like, share, subscribe on our YouTube channel, Femme Fatale TV. Tell a friend, share the podcast. We really want to continue to build this network of empowering women in business and all sorts. So thank you so much for being with us today. We are going to now hand you over to our wonderful hologram host, Rochelle, who is in the News Vault, and he's going to introduce you to our News Vault guest today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. And this week, stepping into the News Vault, it's Shen's performing her track Closure.
Watch you make a fool of me every day. Watch you make a fool of me every day. Hold up. This ain't the guy I used to know, baby, you changed, yeah. Thought you had me in a trance, tried to take all control of me. Love the blame game in the past, hope you know this is best for me. Think I need closure. Think I need closure. Time to get sober, I know this is over, but this situation stays in my brain. Think I need closure. Think I need closure. Time to get sober, I know this is over, but this situation stays in my brain. Plus you make it out like it was everlasting, then you take it back and tell me that I'm crazy. If that was love, then I don't want it, you can have it, but you're the one I've been thinking of. Don't you remember the day we made a promise that we'd stay? Said I know you're moving on, our connection was so strong. Still think about the love we made, separated but I stay. Said I know you're moving on, but we need to talk, 'cause I'm holding on. Think I need closure. Time to get sober, I know this is over, but this situation stays in my brain. Think I need closure. Think I need closure. Time to get sober, I know this is over, but this situation stays in my brain.